Hey, what's up guys, Mitch here, and welcome back to Movement Mondays. So today we're talking about sort of knee positioning in the squat and what can happen to the kneecap as you drive down to that squat position. So this one's going out to everyone with lateral knee pain, like D-band syndrome, anterior knee pain. These are all different names for the same thing, which is you have pain in your knee. This can come from a whole bunch of different reasons, but a lot of times it's muscle imbalances that come from the knee, the ankle, the hip, sometimes even the foot. So we have to kind of look at all these different things. But today with our subject, we're looking at knee position and sort of what happens at the knee based on what's happening at the hip. Okay, we're looking at that squat movement here to compare that. So I'm going to switch the camera over here. So I'm going to grab this camera and we're going to pass it over, thank you, to Allison. And here's Allison. Now what I want you guys to do, hey Allison,
Hi.
is we're going to take a look at her squat. So you can separate her feet. Awesome, and she's going to drop down into her squat movement. I want you guys to watch her knee position here. Good, and come back up. So as her basic squat, her feet are a little bit turned up, but that's okay, and we're not worried about that too much right now. We're just watching her knees. She comes down again. And pause there, Allison. So it looks not too bad. She's a little bit more turned out and a little bit shifted, but not terrible overall when we look at her kind of position. And come back up. And now if we look at it from the side and do that same thing, we notice there is some issues happening at her back, so her pelvis is a bit tilted, which can cause some issues back here, and we'll talk about that maybe in a later video, but she comes back up. But we really want to notice with Allison, and hopefully the camera can pick this up, on her right knee where her pain is, if she comes down again, and come back up. One more time. So, not sure if the camera picked that up, but Allison's got a whole whack of cricky-cracky happening at that knee, and it sucks, right, Allison?
Yeah, it sucks.
So, I'll pass this back over to you. Great. Awesome. So the question is, what do we do now? Allison said this pain in her knee for years. Years. And it's been grinding, cricking. So what happens is that kneecap starts to wear away, and you can get some breakdown. Clicking in the knee is okay, but clicking in the knee all the time, every time you move, is probably not okay. So if you want to work on that and sort of open up the knee, not talking about some issues she had up here, which we can address later on, just talking about kind of above the joint here at the hip and some stuff to do in the bum muscles. So first thing you can do is get your torture device you like, so a foam roller or something like this. Get down on your roller, and you want to roll kind of on the outside part, not your IT band. A lot of people roll your IT band, and we know that we can't really lengthen that too much, but we can lengthen that muscle on the front side of it. And so you're going to roll and kind of roll back and forth, sort of warm up those muscles. Once you're feeling warm and you really want to give yourself some good fun or torture, depending what language you speak, you can pin yourself down, and what I want you to do is bend your knee through. So you bend your knee up and come back down. You can roll here, bend your knee up, come back down. It sucks. Find a spot that really doesn't feel good, and that's where you want to be, and then work a little more up and come back up. And work all the way through your leg. You can do this with foam roller. You can get yourself a trusty lacrosse ball or some type of torture device. Work on yourself there. The other big thing that we look at is not just mobility. I mean, we can make Allison as strong as we want, but the issues coming from her hips, which we'll take a look at in just a second, is if she stands on a single leg, her knee starts to do some crazy stuff like this because she doesn't have that hip control. So we take a band and wrap that around our knees, like this, and just work on driving some good hip strength into the knees to drive our knees out when she squats or when she does any of her movements. It'll better stabilize her hips and her knee position. So doing something like this would be called a monster walk. So she's going to step out to the side laterally and a little bit back. She steps back here, back, and here, and the other side, back, and here, back, and here. And you can do this walking across, whatever it is, 10 per side, feeling it back in your hips as you do this movement, and work on that lateral stability so that we don't get that wonkiness sort of happening when she's on one leg. So maybe we'll take a look at Allison on one leg and then we'll wrap up. So Allison sneaks back over there. Great. So we're going to have Allison stand on her left leg, left side first. Great, and go in that running position for us. Great, so she's a little wobbly. You can see her knee kind of fall in and it's shaking pretty good. And switch back. And then now try your right side, Allison. And she is kind of sitting there and a little wobbly. She actually looked a little bit worse than her left that time. And left again. Ooh, left side's really dropping in. And then try your right side. Great. So you guys can see that you're kind of leaning more forward. Try to find some stability. Which side feels more difficult?
Both are difficult.
Yeah.
The right side is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the grinding happens. So anyway, to
Definitely.
clean that up, guys, you're going to first do... I'll put it back over to me just to tell you guys quickly. You're going to first do some rolling on your hip here to open that stuff up. And then again, activate your glutes to get that good position. And if your knee clicks, unclick it, unglue it, and take a look at some of this stuff. So thanks, guys. Remember, move like you mean it, and have a good week. Thanks, guys.